Hey guys, John here. Welcome to Proofreading University. And today I want to give you a little bit of a tip. This is something really easy that you can do to help you have a better quality of work and also provide value to your clients. And that's creating an internal style guide for them if they don't already have one. So sometimes you'll be working with a client and they want you to edit or proofread whatever it is, blog posts, books, whatever it is you're doing. And you say when you bring them on board, okay, hey, do you have like a style guide or anything that like tells us how to edit this? And they go, no, not really, just do it. Okay, that's cool, because what you can do then is you can create a style guide for them, and then after you've populated it, you can present that to them as kind of like a freebie, like, hey, by the way, here's your style guide that I'm editing to. This is going to ensure that we're going to be consistent no matter what we edit or proofread. We're going to always have that, consistent voice, consistent tone, consistent spelling. And so here it is. And so again, that's just another value add. That's a way you can go from your ordinary run-of-the-mill proofreader to the above average, right? Top of the heap type proofreader. This is one of the tricks you can use. So what I'll do is I'll make this template available in the comments. So you can just, create a copy of this and use it yourself if you want. If you don't like this one, then create your own. It's super easy. You just basically start typing, but we'll run through it and I'll show you this is the one that I use. So let's say I have a company I've just started working with. They don't have a style guide. So I'm going to just come here. I'm going to create this document. I'm going to obviously type in where it says company name, their name. And then I make sure to document the default dictionary and style guide. So I use Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary 11th edition. Doesn't mean you have to, but that's the one I use because it's a standard and it's widely recognized. And it comes in Kindle, so I can look up words really easily. And then the default style guide is the Chicago Manual Style. They just came out with the 18th edition, so that's what it is. Other clients may want you to use AP or APA, MLA, all of those different kinds. And so you would just switch that with, whatever the client requests if they make a request. If they don't have a request, they don't even know what a style guide is, just go with Chicago Manual Style. It's the easiest, and it's kind of the Bible anyway when it comes to English grammar, so just go with it. From there, the best way to fill this out is to fill it out while you're working. That way it doesn't take up any extra time, and the examples you come across are still fresh in your mind when you're doing them. So again, I picked these 3 categories. You don't have to use them. You can use something else that makes more sense. But, word usage, maybe the client uses a certain word or phrase in a certain way all the time, and it's a bit non-standard. You could put that there. Maybe they don't want to use certain words because of their branding. Maybe that's a place to put, under word usage. Don't use this technical term. Use this other more common term to refer to this. That might be a word usage thing. Avoid using jargon. Here's a list of jargon words we don't want to use. That would all be under like a word usage. Grammar and style is kind of what it sounds like. So maybe the client says, well, I want my blog posts or articles to sound fun and upbeat and like it's your neighbor and you're talking with them at a party, and that's the voice that I want. Okay, that's cool. Write that down there so that everyone knows, so that you know, so that they know. Maybe the voice needs to be more serious and more intellectual. And so that's going to give you, as a proofreader or editor, the liberty to maybe use a little bit bigger or longer words when you're making your corrections. Put it down there. Another good thing to document under this section is which numbers are you going to spell out versus which numbers are you going to write out numerically. So is 1 to 10 spelled out and then anything above written using a number? Is it 1 to 100? Is it all spelled out? Is it all numbers? Make a decision about that. And if your client doesn't have a say in it, then just make a decision and go with that. Maybe there's certain specific ways of using terminology. I guess that's a little bit more with the word usage, but it might fit here too. Just like writing out some common terms and how they're used. It could be any number of things. How are they going to use punctuation? I just brought on a client or I'm in the process right now of bringing on a client, and they specified that they want 2 spaces after periods. Now that to me is a little bit antiquated, but you know what? That's the client's prerogative. That's what they want to do. So that would go right here in my style guide. So I don't ever forget 2 spaces after a period, even though everyone else uses 1, they use 2. That's where that's going to go. So I remember that. And then preferred word spelling is the last section that I have. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory, but sometimes clients want words spelled a certain way. So I have one client who wants the word e-commerce spelled without a hyphen. So if you look up e-commerce in Merriam-Webster's dictionary, it's spelled e-commerce. That is the dictionary spelling. But my client said, no, I want every time that word appears, I want it to be closed, no hyphen. And I said, great, that's awesome. I can totally do that. It goes in the preferred word spelling list. And now I don't ever have to forget, like, what did they say? Did they want it hyphenated? Did they not? Did they want a capital C, lowercase c? I can't remember. I don't have to remember. It's in my style guide. This is also good here for if you're dealing with a client who's maybe in a medical field or a technical field, and there's a ton of, really long or obscure words. Rather than looking them up every single time, you stick them in here so that you just have one spot and you know that, all right, this company, they like to use dihydrogen monoxide instead of water. Oh, how do you spell that? Well, it's right here in the preferred word spelling. And you can fill that in and alphabetize it. So once you have that filled into a fair degree and you're kind of using it as working as intended, then you can share it with your client and go, hey, by the way, I came up with this. Feel free to use it. It's yours. I'll go ahead and update it as, continue to update it as I'm working, but this is something you can use to ensure consistency across your company. No charge, it's free. It's just something that we can all be on the same page with, literally in this case, with our word usage, grammar, style, preferred word spelling. And again, what that does is it shows that you're bringing value to the table that's above and beyond, and it's ensuring that you yourself are proofreading consistently. So again, highly recommend that you take this little nugget and use it, especially with clients that don't already have something in place. And because that just helps you to stand out and to shine and to show your value, which is good in the long term, obviously. All right, well, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this tip. Hope it helps you out in your business. If it does, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.